Hey,
Hello.
hey Daniel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Um, Today we'll channel creators.
Okay.
And could you start off with it? Like every single time, I would like a custom tone when you get into. So for this time, it'll be the most profound tone for the best of all aspects me, including timelines,
Okay.
parallel reality universes,
Okay.
highest configurational event, highest configurational ascension, and highest configurational mastery of all kinds.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Yes. 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 We are here for you.
Hi.
Hello.
How do these tones work? Do you have to be super intentional along with every now moment of toning? So basically embed the vowel tone with the superest of super intentionality, every single keyword's now moment. So like every now moment you just flood your super intentionality of the intention into the vowel sound, right? Embed it into the vowel sound, right?
Well, you can take a more relaxed approach to it. In other words, the tones can be enjoyable to make, which means that once you set the intention, that intention is set, it's done. It's going to be the intention that the tones carry into the universal field of energy.
So
What
you could just
what you want to do as the toner is you want to feel the vibration of that intention and let that vibration of your intention create the tone. So you, as the toner, are experiencing it in the now moment. That which you want to experience. Let's say you want to experience abundance. While you are toning, you're feeling so much abundance flowing through you that it is expressed through the sounds that you are making. And then those sounds, which are not only carrying your intention, but also that vibration of abundance, those sounds are moving out into the universal field.
Okay.
In other words, you don't need to force anything. You can relax into the vibration of abundance. Do you often create the vibration of abundance inside of yourself?
Do I?
Yes.
Uh,
Or do you access it?
yeah, I do sometimes.
All right. Where is it inside of you?
I haven't pinpointed it.
All right.
I pinpointed exuberance and like profound abundance. I know where that is. The intensest version of that feeling is always in my crown. Like profound relax is in my crown. Profound exuberance is in my crown. Profound freedom is in my crown. All of this, when you make it the most intense version of that emotion, then it's in my crown. But otherwise, I haven't pinpointed where general level of abundance would be experienced by me.
All right. So why do you need to make a distinction between general and profound? Profound just means you're feeling it more.
Yeah.
All right. So isn't that what you want?
Yeah.
So then you're saying that you feel abundance in your crown.
Yeah. I think I feel most emotions in my crown.
All right. Now, as you access your crown right now, as you put your awareness there, and you breathe into it with the intention of activating that abundance vibration, you can let it build. With each breath, letting the vibration of abundance get stronger, more intense, louder. And you can feel it sinking down from your crown into your throat. As it grows, as it expands, and eventually it will get so big and so intense that you will want to express it. You will want to let it out. And toning is something that you can allow to happen. Instead of forcing it to happen, all of a sudden, you find yourself toning because that vibration is so strong that you're holding, that it wants to be expressed. That's the best way to tone for an intention.
Okay, so in a allowing relaxed way, so you're receptive to the tone, right?
So that the tone is generated by the state of being that you are in, rather than creating a tone in order to get to that state of being.
Okay, I get it.
You see?
But could you first be in that state, that vibration of whatever your intention is, and then because you like intensity so much, still do it in the way I'm doing it, generate it in a profound, intense, super intentional way after you already are experiencing it, because I like emanating. Like when I do my tones, I practice by giving that tone to be felt by everything in the universe. I wrote
Yes.
this down. At the same time, feeling it radiate from my third eye with the violet flame flickering exuberantly. So like I'm giving that experience to everything. I'm emanating it. I'm radiating it to everything in the universe at the
Beautiful.
same time.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes. That
Why
also is, of course, effective. There's not just one way to do anything, but we're telling you that
just be the
if
vibration first?
you, yes, if you get into the vibration of abundance first, then you don't have to try so hard.
But you still have the option of being more intense about it.
Well, you can always turn up the intensity, but there's an intensity of trying, and then there's an intensity of feeling.
Yeah. Sometimes I find that when I'm there's an intensity of trying and intensity of feeling. Okay. Um, sometimes I'll make that distinction when I'm doing the intensity. But sometimes I find when I'm doing it intense with an overlay of relax and profound ease at the same time of the intensity. Relaxed intensity is the best intensity,
Yes.
because like I could be doing affirmation with intensity, and once I relax and do it with intensity, it's like 1,000-fold times the experience.
Yes.
But yeah,
Very good. Yes, because when you are relaxed, your central channel is more open, it's wider, which means you're letting more energy flow through you, which means you're
okay,
then creating with more energy
yeah.
that which you want to
So
experience.
how do you get that relaxed feeling while you're with? So okay, uh, one of my teachers, Benantino Massaro, says to overwhelm your experience with that, paste it onto it. You are the one infinite creator. You could paste any experience. I could paste the experience, overwhelm the experience of exuberance being vibrating in my crown. I could overwhelm it. I could paste it. There is no other reality other than that. Paste it, overwhelm it, right? So that's a way to focus into that state of exuberance, like overwhelming it. Reality has a will, no other will of its own than to be that intention
Yes.
of me vibrating exuberance in my crown. So in that fashion, uh, yeah. So in that fashion, I could get. Is this you say that you guys say that the it's best to go straight to the vibration? Am I going straight to the vibration in this fashion, or am I thinking my way to the vibration? Is this focusing my way into the vibration? Not that it matters, because even if I'm thinking my way, I achieve the vibration. Now I can experience it. But am I focusing my way into the vibration, or am I thinking my way into the vibration? Because you're always thinking, and this is one of the hang-ups that I had. I'm like, am I thinking my way? Because I like doing it in the most purest way, and I also have to honor myself as well in terms of if I if the purest way for me is through imagination and embodiment and personas and all of that, then who cares if it's even if it's thinking or if it's focusing? So could you comment on all of that?
Yes, we can. First of all, one of the things that you want to convince your mind of is the following truth. You can go right to a vibration with your intention and your breathing, you don't need any help from the mind. So in other words, if we said to you right now, go to the vibration of abundance, just go there and breathe into it, you will get there immediately. You don't need to think your way there. You don't need to try to get there, because it's as simple now as flicking on the light switch to get light in the room. You don't have to go through all of the machinations that you did before electricity and the light bulb were created to have light in your room when it's dark out. It's so much easier now. This is the way of the human body. This is the way now of the current energies, where if you want to experience a vibration, you can just go there directly.
Okay, so I'm going to try to go for abundance right now in my crown, and tell me how I'm doing.
Yes, you're there. You are there. And now as you stay there and you breathe into it, you increase the intensity of the vibration. You increase the power of what you're putting out into the universe. And more importantly, you become more of the vibration that you seek to experience. That is all you need to do in order to create your reality, is to become the vibration of the reality that you want to experience.
Okay, so how do you hold a vibration? Like, let's say you want it to be relaxed all the time, or most of the time. How do you hold that relaxed vibration?
One simple way of doing this is to always be focused on the present moment. In other words, how often are you actually in a moment of tension in your environment or something anxiety provoking? It's very rare. You're more likely to be thinking about something that causes you to tense up or to feel anxiety. But if you just be very present with your current moment, and if you be very present with your physical body and grounded in it, and you pay attention to your breathing,
okay, so to be
you're
mindful.
automatically relaxed.
Okay.
To be mindful is to be relaxed, unless you're doing something that is frustrating, or unless you're in a situation where you're about to stand trial and you're waiting for the judge to walk into the courtroom or something like that. Then there's a reason for you to be tense or anxious. But if you are simply living your day-to-day life, you most of the time achieve that state of relaxation just by being present.
Okay, so as long as it's neutral or relaxed, like even neutral is relaxed.
Yes, indeed.
And you're receiving codes like that. You don't have to intentionally give up the relaxation vibration all the time.
No, but you can enjoy it. In other words, is you put your attention on the fact that you are feeling relaxed. You can tune yourself to that. You can also tune yourself to the fact that in any moment that you are present, mindful, grounded, and focused on your breathing, that you are in a state of peace. Peace is right there. Relaxation is right there. Love is right there. Appreciation is right there. It's there waiting for you to acknowledge it, to tune into it.
So, am I generally grounded, or am I not grounded?
We will say that you are mostly grounded 75% of the time.
Okay, I thought I wasn't grounded at all, but yeah, it makes sense. I feel that now that you say that, I feel like most of the time I'm in that neutral place, meaning I'm grounded.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I remember you saying both these things: be the tree version of yourself, and also you said whenever you see yourself trying or efforting, uh, just relax. And in I adapted that concept into just double down on your relaxing, just be more welcoming to the relaxed energy. So when you're trying, just not efforting your way to relax, but like just, could you comment on this? Whenever you're efforting, what should you do? When you find yourself efforting.
When you find yourself efforting, recognize that there's something that you want to experience. That's ultimately what the effort is for. And the effort implies that the experience that you want to have is somewhere off in the distance. And you're trying to get to it. Trying to take yourself from point A to point B. So, in that moment of efforting, the key is to remind yourself that whatever it is that you're striving for, that you want to experience, you have access to it in the current moment. You don't have to make it happen somewhere out there in the future. You can be that which you seek to experience in the now moment. So you just want to remind yourself, I have all vibrations that I want to experience inside of me. And they're ready and waiting for me to access them, to activate them.
Yeah. And we are all one. Every single version, every single configuration is a part of me. So I could tap into crystals, the highest configurational crystals, spinning around, or Saint Germain, just me and him dancing, and we co-creating as one, dancing. I could access any single vibration because it's all in the eternal now moment, and you could just vibrate as I tend to be the persona or imagine into it. But now that you're saying you could flick it on as a vibration because all vibrations are in you, that seems like the better route of doing it. And
Well,
I'm not.
the imagination can be something that you use to enjoy a vibration. In other words,
Yeah,
as you get into the vibration and you start to see things in your mind's eye, like you dancing with Saint Germain, or you riding on a spaceship with some Pleiadians, you visiting the Anshar people underneath the surface of the planet, whatever it is that comes to you in that moment in your mind's eye, you can enjoy that experience. You can know that you've tapped into it by setting the vibration.
okay. So one of the things I've heard from one of the entities that you channel is go through it all angles, like go through it every single way, go at it from every angle, like vibrationally, verbally, action wise.
Yes.
Because more is the mantra of the universe, and if you do it from every single angle possible, then you're even you're making it more profound, you're making it more intense, you're making it more enjoyable, you're making it more, yeah.
Yeah. Indeed.
um yeah, so I'm going to go through some quick questions. These are like one sentence answers to three sentence answers, and then we'll go to something that I want more detail on.
All
Okay.
right.
Uh, am I on the highest timeline? And I put a comment. I think the answer is no. Uh,
Yes. Yes, you're correct.
is it,
You're correct that
it
it's not, you're not on the highest timeline that you can be on.
but I still see myself getting onto that highest timeline.
Yes, and it's something that's always going to be moving. In other words, when you get onto it, then there will be another one. Then there you will create a higher version. You always will
Okay.
be able to have
Yeah,
something that you're attempting to move towards or into. So even when you reach it, that line moves.
okay.
You see?
Am I on the timeline to win the lottery, and when?
You're not currently on the timeline to win the lottery.
Okay. Uh, so how do you use photonic energy and to get a quick manifestation? This you could be more detailed about.
All right. Well, certainly intention comes in again with utilizing photons, because the photonic energy is all around you, and it's a question, just like tapping into a vibration inside of you is something you do with intention. You can intend to access those photons, and we recommend that you intend to breathe them in. So out of all of the energy that is out there around you, as you're surrounded by air, which is nothing more than energy, and not all air is created equally. So you say to yourself, I'm going to breathe in the air that has the most photons in it. And I'm going to utilize those photons to create a higher vibrational state in my physical body. And as I do, it will be so much easier for me to harmonize with the reality that I want to experience.
So you use the photons to get a higher vibration
Yes.
during the visualization, or just in general?
In general, yes. In other words, the photons can work with you energetically and physically to help you stay in that space of being in the highest vibrational state possible.
Okay. How do you, since I have all vibrations in me, how do I, and I've tapped into it before as well. How do, this is what I want to tap into. I want to tap into the celebration of me winning the lottery, everything in the universe celebrating with me. That configuration exists too. Everything is partying. Everything, as I speak, I become it anyways, because of verbal. Yeah, so everything is partying with me, and so do you have to, for a specific vibration, like of a thing, exuberance you could do flick, but
Let us
For
give you
specific,
let us give you a suggestion here. The feeling that you want to be in doesn't have to have come because you specifically won the lottery. The feeling of celebration and exuberance and partying with the entire universe can be the result of you just having all of the abundance that you could ever want. So why does it have to come through that single small portal of the lottery when there are so many others around you? There are so many other ways you could be having that same experience of feeling completely free to experience and create whatever you want. It doesn't even have to come through the avenue of money. But if you're just celebrating your freedom as a creator being, your freedom to go where you want to go and do what you want to do, have what you want to have, that can be achieved in many, many ways. And you can be celebrating all of that. But the singular portal of the lottery, first of all, if everyone won the lottery, then the payout would be very small. So that means only one person can win in order to have that gigantic abundance experience that you want to have. But what if everyone could be having that experience all at once, all together? What if everyone had the freedom, the power?
and that's what's going to happen after the event, right?
Yes, but you don't have to wait for the event in order to create that experience for yourself now. In other words, you can live in a world where the financial system changes, where everyone is given a replicator, where free energy is made accessible to all people.
What's a replicator?
Just like on Star Trek, it's like a 3D printer. Anything you want, you just tell it what you want, and there it is. And it just uses the atoms that are available all around to create with. You don't need to have a raw material that you're sticking into it in order to have it create what you want. So that's already available. That technology is already available. Free energy is already available. Individuals being able to engage in space travel, that's already available. It's just not being made available to each individual on the planet, but that can change.
As I raise my vibration.
That could change, yes, as you hold that intention. So the lottery is very 3D. It's a very third dimensional.
It's very what?
Third dimensional. It's very third dimensional. Think in terms of the lottery and one person getting the jackpot and having more than everyone else. But if you think in terms of the entire collective and you tuning into the asking of the entire collective and aligning with everyone's desire to be free, to be abundant, to have clean and free energy, to be able to go wherever you want to go and do whatever you want to do, that is much stronger. There's no competition in that. The lottery is essentially a competition where you have to win and everyone else has to lose.
Okay. So 1 second. I'll start my other questions.
Yes?
When is the event for My Human Collective right now? What timeline are we on?
9 years, 8 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days.
Oh, I thought someone on YouTube said, and I shouldn't have believed it. It was going to happen in October of this year.
Yes, everyone is getting excited about the event, and that's bringing about these predictions. In other words, the predictions are being pulled through by the masses who want to hear that it's going to be next week or next month.
Okay. So am I going to be fifth dimensional before that or after that? What's the
After,
timeline? After.
as soon as the event has begun, it's something that will last for 1,000 years. As soon as it begins, you will be fifth dimensional. And then
What happens
you will
with the
spend
1,000 years?
1,000 years in the fifth dimension.
As an incarnation of Preetpaul, right?
As an incarnation of Preetpaul, yes.
Okay, so 1,000 years. And then what happens after that? Is it still fifth dimensional and I
Another
die?
shift. No, you go to the sixth dimension.
Oh, oh, then I go to the sixth dimension as Preetpaul?
Yes? You continue to ascend.
Okay, and then you go to 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th, right?
12th, yes, and then source.
Then source. Is Benentino Massaro's processes of being the one infinite creator, like he has a process of just saying one infinite creator, the experience, the stateless experience of being the one infinite creator is way beyond this. And then you're being slippery with your moments and you're like way beyond this, way beyond this, way beyond this, way beyond this. Energetically, you're saying way beyond this. Does that work? Is his teachings like to tap into, does it work?
It works for those who believe in it.
But what do you think of it?
We think it's a perfectly wonderful exercise, and that given your beliefs, it works for you.
Okay, so then will you get into a stateless state after doing it long enough? Like he says, being the one infinite creator before any creation has ever occurred, being into that state, getting into
Well,
that
you can
state.
get a taste of that, but you're still going to be you. You're
Okay.
still going to come out of that as Preetpaul in the fourth dimension on planet Earth. So you can get a taste of a lot of different things. You can get a taste of the different dimensions, and certainly you can hold that vibration of source. But ultimately, you are going to come back to the knowing of who you are in this moment, and you're really wanting to merge the two. You're wanting to merge that feeling of being the prime creator with the feeling and the experience of being Preetpaul in the fourth dimension as a human, and what that is like. What you then what do you do? Then how do you think? How do you act? How do you feel? What do you say to people when you're holding that knowing of yourself as a source energy being? Do you doubt anything? Do you worry? Do you have fears? Or are you completely at peace? Are you completely feeling the harmony with the motion of the universe, with the spiraling up of the solar system through the galaxy? Do you feel at one with all beings? We think you know the answer to that. The answer is yes.
Do I feel that way?
You will.
Because
You will when you hold that knowing within you that you are the prime creator moving
yeah,
through a physical experience with this physical body and this identity.
yeah. Sometimes I tap into source energy all out, like nothing held back, just being source energy all out with nothing held back, just pouring all my emotion, all my vibration, all of my imagination, all of from all angles, just being source energy.
Yes.
But yeah, and I read today's YouTube thing. That's what awakened is. There's nothing greater than being source energy.
Yeah.
Um, if you were me, would you stop going after the lottery? Or do you think that's the best for my timeline to go after the lottery?
The lottery gives you the opportunity to believe that it's possible for you to have that type of life that you would have if you were to win. So it's not a bad thing, but it's a small window, it's a small portal through which abundance can flow because of the odds. And
But
instead, as you open yourself up to more possibilities through which the lifestyle that you want to live can flow to you, all of the different ways that it can be handed to you on a silver platter, then life can bring it to you more easily. In other words, you're able to sustain a belief that it is possible and therefore maintain the vibration of it if you recognize that there are an infinite number of ways that you can get to the same place that you want to be. And as you feel yourself opening up to all of those infinite probabilities, then it's easier for you to find yourself slipping into one than if you're trying to put yourself through that tiny little crack that is the lottery probability.
so you're saying I could use photonic energy and all of the vibrational tools you gave me to uh, bring massive amount of wealth abundance to me in any way it wants to come.
Yes, and if you want to go even further than that, you can think about what it is you would do with all of that money. What are the things that you would buy? What are the experiences? Where would you go? And where would you live? And all of those things. And just go directly there so that you don't even need to tell the universe, well, first you need to bring me the money, and then I will be able to pay for all of these experiences that I want to have. You can go straight to the experiences, making it even easier for you to get to that point that you want to be in, because then the universe has other ways it can bring you those experiences that bypass money.
Like that modulator you were talking
Like having a replicator that you
about.
can use for anything at all.
That could make anything.
Anything.
Okay. And plus, I already have tones. Like I could feel what it feels like to take supplements without taking them, and feel like I could feel what it feels like for any experience with vibration or toning.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah. Um, I'm wanting to win the lottery because of the energy output. It gets me focused. It gets me real focused, and also, if I'm being honest, uh, okay. First, let me ask a question. Am I being affected by the medication I'm on, the psychiatry medicine?
Yes, it has an effect, yes.
Last time it was very minimal. Now it has an effect.
It's having an effect, but your vibration is stronger than the medication. The
Okay.
vibrational work
So
that you're doing is stronger. You're having a
okay. So
bigger effect on yourself than the medication is.
okay. So as long as I keep going heart centered, overtoning, doing the vibrational work, it'll override the medication, and I could even do tones for making the uh, medication while I'm on a super drug,
Yes,
and it'll be a super drug.
yes, absolutely.
And anything that I feel I'm lacking, like learning abilities, like memory problems, I could override it with overtones.
Absolutely.
All right. What's the timeline for me taking a break from family,
Taking a break from what?
from my family,
What type of break?
like just not having communication? I think I shifted into, I'm not sure though, into keeping communication with them, but
Yes.
being a little distance away.
You want more independence.
Yeah, which one is true? Am I going to be a distance away? Is there a timeline for me being a distance away and keeping communication with my family, or
Yes.
will there be that timeline? So I won't cut them off completely for time being, right?
Well, you see, the shift is all about integration, not separation.
Okay,
So it's the greatest step forward for you in the evolutionary sense is including your family in your life.
okay. Because last time Saint Germain said that, and it different. I got on a different timeline. That means that I would take a break from my family and return when I'm in fifth dimension. It changes because of the timelines I'm on, right?
Well, you were not as clear about what taking a break means. In other words, now what we understand you are saying is to have no contact with with your family. That's taking a break by your definition. Being out of their physical realm and having no contact at all. Is that what you're saying by break?
Yeah.
Instead, why aren't you reaching just for independence?
So I could move to a different city
You
and
could.
still,
You could be
yeah.
independent and not have to remove your family from your life completely. In other words, you don't have to, you can live under their roof and be independent and not influenced by them. It's a choice that you make.
Okay. What do you see the best timeline? Me living in the roof or moving and keeping tabs
The better timeline for you would be to move out eventually.
eventually? And when is that eventual? What timeline am I on?
Right now, the timeline you're on is for 1 year in 8 months, approximately.
Okay. And so what in my timeline that I'm currently on, what type of source of income do you see me getting? What career? What not career? What source of income? We'll just leave it at that.
Well, the
You could
greatest,
give
yes, the greatest probability right now is that you will receive some sort of universal basic income. That the governments of the world will start to distribute money to the individuals in those governments,
okay.
and that you will be the recipient. This is something that's been in talks for quite some time.
Is that NES Nessera?
Yes,
Oh, and how much do you get?
that is still being worked out.
Oh, okay, but it's enough to live on, right?
Yes.
And then eventually I'll find abundance in a different way, right?
Eventually, you won't need money.
Oh, after the shift, there's no money, right?
There's no
After the
need.
event,
There's no need for it.
but you still could have money.
Yes.
Yeah,
If
but
you.
there's no need for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, give me give me something on heart-centeredness, or actually, yeah, give me something on heart-centeredness, and then proceed with giving sensing into what will serve me the most. I know the conversation was a lot on the lottery, but I want something else, something that would serve me the most. After you give me something on heart-centeredness and the information, like how much capabilities does the heart center have? Uh,
It's everything.
it's everything.
It's where you have access to the portal that brings you everything that you want, everything that is source, all the unconditional love, all of the creative power and ability, all comes from the portal that is at the center of your heart.
Yeah, I feel a lot of energy coming through it. When I'm out of energy, I just go to my heart center, and I also get intuition. I get everything from there. I feel that too.
Yes. Yes. Your heart is the new operating system for you. It's no longer the brain.
Okay. Could you give me anything?
Give you anything about what?
Anything that you sense will be of great value for me. And I know we talked about the lottery a lot. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I want to talk about something that will profoundly benefit me.
Connection to Mother Earth. In other words, you need to be getting into the vibration of Earth. You need to feel it. You need to lie down on the planet, step barefoot on the planet. You need
Even
to
though there's not,
connect more with the trees, the plants,
okay.
the high frequency vibration that the earth is giving off, the calm, relaxed, neutral space that you want is right there underneath your feet, available to you. All you have to do is connect with her.
And go outside more and
Yes,
connect with the central sun, right?
yes, the sun as well, yes.
Okay. If I decide to go through the route of like starting my own making a book or something like that, I feel like there might be someone that's attacking, like evil entities. Will that happen if I start sharing?
What do you want to share?
I want to share like inspiring stuff. Not too out there. Like I won't go. I read one of your things about murder and how it's a pre-agreement about love. If I do that, then I feel like there might be attacks. But
Yes.
not something like that. Just general upliftment.
Yes. No one's going
Well,
to.
like
No one's going to attack you for doing that.
not even evil entities, like evil non-physical, not
You have to
non-physical.
be in a lower vibration for them to have access to you, and this is something that would raise your vibration.
Okay, and but you still have an option of dipping down to the lower vibration. You still have even when you're not sharing. So what's your advice on that? Like, you might dip down, and they have the entryway. Should I just not be scared about it?
You shouldn't be scared in the sense that, look at it this way, if you were in a warm home in the winter and you knew that if you walked out into the cold that you could always turn around and go back into the warmth of the home. It's the same with dipping down into these. You're not going to get dragged down like in some horror movie and not be able to get yourself back up.
Oh, they don't have that much power.
No.
Okay.
All you have to do
Yes.
is go back to your heart, go back to your intention to hold a higher vibration, and they will have no access to you whatsoever.
Okay. Uh, could you tell me something about expectancy or knowing to the point that it's affected in your vibration, in your words, in your body language, in every single thing, that type of knowing? How do you access that?
Well, we want to talk about becoming.
Yeah,
So as you become that which you seek to experience, then you are it. Then you don't even have to expect it because you are it in the moment. Knowing
yeah,
it is more of a mental state, but becoming it is a full body, visceral experience of that which you
yeah.
want to experience in the physical realm, and therefore, as you are it, the world around you must conform to that which you are, that which you have become.
Okay. You could close now.
Very good. We are the creators, and we love you very much. Hey,
Hey, that was good.
good. I'm glad you liked it. You always bring such good stuff to a session, Preetpaul.
Yeah, yeah,
You're very well spoken and intelligent, and it's fun to listen in on these conversations for me because they're very profound, and
yeah,
it's obvious that you're not only getting this stuff, but you're applying it to your life every day. So
yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
Where do you live again?
I live in Toronto, Brampton, actually.
Oh
It's
yeah,
in,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah,
And you're Indian,
yeah,
just like Russell Peters, huh?
yeah. He's from the same city as me.
Is he?
Brampton, Brampton.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, cool, man.
yeah.
Okay, so just let me know when you want to do the next one.
Okay, I
We
will.
we worked it all out, right? You have many, many hours left.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In the meantime, good luck with all that information and just keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Thank
You're welcome.
you.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.